All right, we have the character just the patchworks for Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising 2.5. I'm looking forward to that. I've waited for multiple hours, but it just didn't show up. So let's see. Battle and character adjustments system-wide. In version 2.5, we've refined the performance and properties of the wide range of actions to address certain options that were overused in improve all-over balance. Our adjustments were centered on the three areas: enhancing underutilized skills, increasing the utility and combo potential of normal attacks, streamlining strategy choices in neutral. Collectively, these updates were designed to broaden each character's strategic depths and support a wider variety of play styles. Okay. Character list. Click upon an item to jump to that character. Let's see. Oh. Okay, let me predict before I look into it. Nerf, buff, nerf, I guess buff. I guess this one could be a buff. This one is a buff. Another buff. Kind of a nerf and a buff. Okay, let's see. Catalina. Summary of changes. We focused and adjusted for Catalina around Enchanted Land to expand her strategic options. Enchanted Lands is a versatile tool for poking and combos, but it wasn't always clear which version to use in specific situations. To clarify their roles, we've updated each version attributes. The M version's pre-attack backstab distance has been that's a buff, making it more reliable for evasion and whiff punishing. The charged H version of Startup has been greatly reduced, so it can be now chained from a counter hit closing standing H attack. That's a buff. We've also rebalanced her far standing L. While it has been extremely effective as a tool to keep foes at bay, its properties have been adjusted to better align with the rest of her kit. Oh shit, no. Lastly, we've standardized Light Wall's Startup to resolve an issue where foes couldn't reliably react depending on the parry timing. Okay, let's see. Fast standing L. Active frames have been reduced by 3 frames. It was 6 before. Recovery has been increased by 3 frames. That means it's a bit more punishable. Basically, they've exchanged the startup with the end frames. A forward hitbox has been added during recovery. Okay, I think this could be a nerf. This also expands the forward hitbox during frames 6 to 14. Crouching L. Pushback has been reduced. That thing shouldn't even have a pushback to begin with, but okay. Dash heavy. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Okay, there's a buff. Light wall. The first active frame of the slash attack has been adjusted to be 17 frames after armoring through the foe's attack. Light wall front step can now be input via the dash button. Light wall backstab can now be input via the backdash button. Okay, requires backdash shortcut to be toggled into the button configuration. Okay, that's something that I can understand, okay. Enchanted Lands. Startup has been reduced from 60 to 15 frames. That makes it faster. The light version. Distance of the backstep prior to attack has been increased. This also reduces total travel distance and changes hit timing when used from mid-range or further away. Okay. Enchanted Lands mid. Oh, this was from mid. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. No longer pushes Catalina back when blocked in the corner. Okay. It doesn't push back when backed into corner. I mean, shouldn't push back into the corner anyway, so yeah. Counter hit duration before wall bounce occurs has been increased. This will increase the window for all follow-ups. Oh. Ouch. Startup has been reduced from 76 frames to... oh my god, that thing is bullshit now. This one will be seen more often. Grounded now causes the foe to fall on backwards on hit. Anti-air launch height has been increased. No longer causes guard crush. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Before it did guard crush, now it's... you can charge it, but it's only for different timings and failures, in you know, kind of that thing. Block stun has been reduced by 12 frames, changing frame advantage from +4 frames to -8 frames. Oh, that's a nerf, right? Depending on how much the pushback is. First frame of armor enchanted lens. First frame of armor activation has been adjusted from 11 frames down to 9. No, wait. That's basically a nerf. Okay, this is an interesting thing. Low-in. The timing at which the projectile for Sammy and Tommy would stay on the screen was too early. Wait. Making it easy for players to force situations while ignoring the foe's offense. By increasing this window, poorly timed attempts may be stuffed by attacking attacks requiring more precise use. For Don't Mind If I Do players could use it to easily recover SBA gauge spent on ultimate skills. We've adjusted the appearance rate and value to prevent this skill from turning the tide of battle too drastically. That's a fucking nerf, man. On the other hand, we've made it easier to transition from neutral into his various setups for more consistent offense. Close standing H now allows follow-ups on counter hit, and far standing H on block can be more reliable to be used to build pressure strings with Sammy and Tommy and other skills. The hitboxes for mid and heavy awesome saws after the first hit have been expanded for the consistency, as it often whiffed against airborne opponents. Okay, that's a compensation. Let me see. So we have the start up and has been reduced from 10 to 9 frames. Close standing H. Counter hit second hit now launches foes. Okay. Far standing H. One moment. Oh. My nose is itchy. I'm sorry. Okay. Far standing H. Pushback has been reduced. Increased, sorry. Increased. Dash M. Vertical hitbox during the recovery has been adjusted to be the same as when crouching. I need to look up what that means. HP restoration has been increased by 400 from 400 to 500. That is bad. That's actually not bad. Don't mind if I do meat HP recovery medium. That one has been reduced. Don't mind if I do pasta napolitana. Also reduced. Don't mind if I do salad. Gauge boost small. Appearance odds have been reduced from 30 to... Oh. SBA parfait. Oh my god. Okay, SBA gauge increase has been reduced by 30 to 16%. Appearance odds have been increased from 10 to 20%. Okay. Ultimate Tommy and Sammy and Tommy. Projectile now disappears if Loane is hit during the first 24 frames. The first 13 frames when including the slow effect. Oh, okay. Come at me, bro. Vertical hitbox from the third hit onward has been expanded upwards to be the same as when crouching. The awesome saws M, H, and U Hitbox after landing the first hit has been expanded upwards. This is to reduce situations where the second hit and onward with after landing the first hit as the anti-air. As an anti-air, okay. Moment of Truth also disbands HPA. Frame advantage on hit and block have been standardized. Standard distance from foe after block has been reduced. Frame advantage even after block of a block spring has been standardized from to -6. Try this one for size. Can now be cancelled at any time by pressing the skill button. Total frames when cancelling early is 66F. 66 frames. 66 frames. This is longer than the skill ended normally. Earth Pillar. Recovery has been reduced by 9 frames. Ouch. Block stun has been reduced by 9 frames. Okay. Hit stun has been reduced by 9 frames. Will now recover mid-air. An Axis Mundi projectile now remains even if it tries this on for size. Ends while it's on screen. It didn't do before? That's interesting. Zeta. Summary of changes. The most significant change we made for Zeta was to use Spear of Arvis. Due to the part of the powerful wall bounce follow-ups upon a mid-screen hit, there were trend towards high usage of the powerful U version, of course. We've adjusted it to reduce the wall bounce distance at mid-screen, limiting its follow-up potential. In exchange, reduced recovery on block. An increased pushback now makes it a lower risk option for closing in on foes. This will be interesting. We've also adjusted the difficulty of Zeta's combos, a long-standing hurdle for the character. By refining hitboxes and timing windows across the key combo routes, we've made her game plan more consistent across playstyles. High difficulty combo routes will still result in greater damage and or positional advantage, preserving her deaths while lowering the barrier of entry. That sounds good. Additionally, M Spear of Arvis has been notably strengthened relative to the light and heavy version, improving long-ranged approaches and combo routing. We've also adjusted startup and recovery for Spear of Arvis mid-air, Infinite Wonders, and Crouching M to improve her overall stability in neutral game. Whew. Sounds amazing. Let's see, high jump. Travel height has been reduced to match regular jump height. Increased travel speed and distance for forward high jump. Oh, that sounds great. She's more touch, like, this sounds kind of a, I'm a little mixed about that. I feel like this could be either a buff and a nerf together, most likely two things at the same time that they didn't want to, but they wanted to change it. I don't know. Crouching M, startup has been reduced by 1 frame. Dash H, startup has been reduced from 3 frames. Okay. Jumping H, the hitbox and hurtbox during active frames, 7 to 9 frames, have been expanded forward. Okay. I think this is a nerf. I would need to look this one up. Infinite Wonders, recovery has been reduced by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from -7 frames to -3. That's definitely a buff. That's a good... I actually think she needs this kind of stuff. Infinite Wonders mid, recovery has been reduced by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from -7 to -3 frames. Yeah, to keep it more consistent. This is now... These Infinite Wonders are now on block, unpunishable, pretty much. Launch height has been increased, no longer causes a wall bounce in the corner. This should have no change on follow-ups after grounded hits. Okay. Counter hit, lateral knockback has been increased. Counter hit now causes wall bounce mid-screen. Wall bounce rebound distance is in the corner has been increased. Infinite Wonders heavy. Recovery has been reduced by 4 frames. Combined with the startup reduction, total frames have been reduced by 6 frames overall. That's good. Block stun for the second hit has been reduced by 2 frames. Combined with the recovery reduction, frame advantage has been reduced by 2 frames, minus frames to -3. Then we have, of course, knockback on the second hit has been adjusted, increasing the range at which wall bounce occurs. Wall bounce reduced distance has been increased. Alright. Interesting choices, Startup has been reduced by 12 frames, from 12 frames down to 9. Of all 3 versions, Spear of Arvis. Okay. On the rise. Ooh. So she's faster now, okay. Makes sense. Spear of Arvis heavy version and second follow-up. Mid-air hit stun for horizontal and diagonally upward hits has been increased by 60 frames from 60 to 120 frames. Now causes a wall bounce on horizontal and diagonally upward hits. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Spear of Arvis mid initial travel speed has been increased. Now decelerates during movement. Decelerates during the movement. That means she starts fast and gets slower. Lateral knockback has been increased. So now we have the Spear of Arvis, the ultimate version. Close range damage has been increased from 1000 plus 200 times 5 to 1500 plus 200 times 5, changing the total damage from 2000 to 2500. Wow. Nice. So she does more damage. Recovery on the first hit has been reduced by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage from -6 frames to -4 frames. Wall bounce rebound distance has been reduced. Duration for before the wall bounce occurs has been increased, extending the follow-up window. Okay. Hitbox for registering close range hits has been expanded. Okay. Now, Spear of Arvis Rise. Hitbox registers has... Okay, this is basically all the same here. Crimson Cleave. I think that was the parry, right? Also got buffed. Recovery has been reduced by 1 frame, changing from frame advantage from -1 to -8. Forward travel speed and a distance... Wait. Or is it the other one? Oh fuck, I forgot. Forward travel speed distance has been increased. Lateral knockback has been reduced, while launch height has been increased. Pushback has been reduced. Mid-air hit stun has been reduced by 30 frames, from 60 to 30 frames, okay. Crimson Cleave Rhapsody follow-up. Recovery has been reduced by 1 frame, changing the frame advantage from -1 to -8 frames. Duration before the wall bounce occurs has been reduced. Follow-up window is unchanged. Okay. I need to look into those two because I don't know which one this was. Rising Split. Damage has been increased from 1000 to 1200. Startup has been reduced from 9 to 6 frames. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Launch height has, during active frames, 4 to 6, has been reduced. Now is strike invulnerable for 8 frames when used after armoring a foe's attack. This is the parry. Clash level has been increased. Damage has been increased from 1400 to 1600. Oh, okay. This is the flurry attack. This is the... Oh, now I get it. Okay. I'm not sure if she needed these changes here, but I'm pretty sure that she needed something been done. And also, damage increase by 200 is not that bad. Nerfs. Due to the impact of specific skills and actions, Cagliostro's game plan often became one-dimensional. We've adjusted her kit to promote more varied proactive play that better leverages her full range of options. A major change this time targets the synergy between Mayhem, far-standing H, and H spare body while rounded. When used together with these tools, proved overly oppressive. We've reduced nice Mayhem's duration and increased recovery times to rein in their combined strength. Conversely, we've introduced numerous tweaks to encourage new tactics and playstyles, especially for previously underused skills. The hit stun on the first hit of close-standing H has been adjusted, making it easier to route into H Mayhem or M calculated. U calculated now is a ground bounce on hit, enabling stronger follow-ups and continued pressure. We've also revised the conjuring and activation of collapse with improved frame advantage. It can serve more reliably as an offensive starter on both hit and block. The aerial version landing recovery has been reduced. With these improvements to flow and stability, she can now construct offense from a much wider wheel of options. Wait. Okay, this one is somewhat punishable now on block. Finally. Fast-ending H is such a stupid move on this character. Because she does nothing else but fast-ending H. I fucking hate this shit. Now causes the opponent to fall backwards when only connecting with the first hit, increasing the hit stun duration. Doesn't sound great. Crouching U. Hurtbox during active frames has been expanded upwards. Nice. Definitely something I would need. Collapse Conjure. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Thank you. Collapse Conjure mid-air. Landing recovery has been reduced by 5 frames. Minus 5 frames from to 0. Collapse Fireground. Startup has been reduced by increased by 1 frame. Collapse Fire level 2. The hit stop on the second hit has been increased by 3 frames. Okay. This is the stone. Yeah, I get it. Okay. I get it. This is the stone. Collapse, fire level 3, hit stop on the third hit has been increased by 3 frames. Okay. That's an overall nerf for this projectile. Good thing. Hit stop on the 5th has been increased by 7. Yeah, it's overall minus 3 frames on everything. Plus 3. I'm not sure what that means for... This is basically means... I think this is even and she will be plus on these other versions. Trap duration... Okay, Mayhem. Trap duration has been reduced from 560 frames to 320. Thank God. These things were so hard to deal with, especially on this character. She's a fucking trap character. Trap duration has been reduced by 60 frames. Okay, that's a full second. That is, let me think. It's basically 3 seconds and 3.5 seconds. And now it's just barely 3 seconds, 5 seconds. That's great. Mayhem mid-air. Cagliostro now begins to fall 9 frames earlier. Calculated. Forward tracking range and distance have been increased. U calculated. Second hit now causes ground bounce. Alexandria. Launch height when hitting high for all hits except the final hit has been reduced. Hitbox has been expanded upwards, making it more difficult to whiff. Due to the above changes, distance from the foe on hit has been reduced. Okay. Spare body. Block stun has been reduced by 6 frames, changing frame advantage from plus 2 frames to minus 4. Great. Pringles Man. Previously, Pringlesman could lock foes down using frame advantage from certain skills and his SBA. As part of his round of the adjustments, this round of the adjustments, we shifted the power towards mid-range pokes and whiff punishment. 7 Spears of Light has also been updated so that he now loses spears upon taking damage. In addition, aerial mantra wheels block recovery has been standardized to -3 across all versions, making it harder to force strike/throw 50/50s. It now launches on hit, creating new routes for landing pressure or follow-ups when using the H version. Spiral Spear has been tuned to improve its combo potential. The M version now launches on hit, allowing for follow-ups even after Astral Piercer. For the U version, Anri now stops close to the foe, resolving an issue where it would whiff at close range. We've also reduced a startup on El Rakshaka to bolster mid-range control and adjust Light Fleeting Spark to make it more effective in neutral and mid-range game. Okay. Jumping H now hits twice. Damage has been changed from 1000 to 500 times 2. Second hit can be blocked crouching. 7 Spears of Lightning will fire after the second hit. Alright, that's an interesting change. I did not see that coming, truth to be told. I felt like, if anything, he would be buffed because nobody plays him, but now I feel like, depending on what the other changes will include, I think he might be even less popular now as he is. Arm the Bastion advancing now stops in place when inputting the standing U or evade after successfully parrying a foe's attack. 1 Rift Spear is now invincible until the second active frame when activated after successful parrying with the Arm of Bastion. Okay, Light Rakshasa. I need to remember this one. Which one was that? Okay, the hitbox of the base of the spear has been expanded upwards while the foe is in hit stun. This makes it harder to whiff when used as a part of a combo. Startup has been reduced, so it's faster, no longer negates projectiles from U abilities. Oh, that's great. Skybound arts or super skybound arts now clashes with projectiles other than those listed above. Only clashes with the first hit of multi-hit projectiles, such as certain H skills. Nice. The Rakshasa follow-up, lateral knockback has been increased. Rakshasa, the hitbox of the base of the spear has been expanded upwards while the foe is in hit stun. That's great. Rakshasa follow-up, adjusted knockback making it easier to follow up within fast-standing H. Knockback is now the same height as it is on its counter. Rakshasa heavy version, hitbox of the base of the spear has been expanded upwards while the foe is in hit stun. That sounds okay. Spiral Spear. Damage has been increased from 150 times 5 to 200 times 5, changing its total damage from 7050 to, this is the mid version, to 1000. Grounded now launches it on hit. Launch height of the 5th hit has been increased. Okay. Use Spiral Spear. Projectile now stops at the enemy's position. Maximum projectile have been distance remains unchanged. Alright. Astral Piercer. Damage has been increased from 800 to 1300. Startup has been increased from 13 to 19. That is definitely a nerf. The recovery has been reduced by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage from -6 to -4. Lateral knockback has been reduced while ground bounce height has been increased. Ground bounce height has been further increased for the heavy spiral spear follow-up, and no longer pushes Henri back when blocked in the corner. So if you block it, you can punish it? I need to look it up. When the patch comes out in a few hours, I need to look this one up. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Okay. Lateral knockback for the first through third hits has been decreased, making it harder to whiff before the fourth hit. Anti-air behavior has been adjusted to make all hits easier to land. Anti-air, this is Mantra Wheel, light, mid, and heavy, sorry. Now launches at the last hit. The stop for all hits of the final one have been adjusted to 2 frames, while the final hit has been adjusted to 14 frames. Pushback on the final hit has been increased. Mantra Wheel mid-air. Landing recovery has been increased by 3 frames, changing the frame advantage from 0, which is neutral, to -3 on block. Or is it just from the jump in itself? Because that would make it huge. That's the one way he's basically just jumping and then like circling around, right? Yeah, everything like light, mid, and heavy are also changed from advantage frames to minus frames. Mid-air block stun has been increased by 3 frames. Pushback on mid-air has been increased. Pushback on block has been increased. Henri now decelerates when blocked. God damn it. Little bit of a sniffle. Alright. Fleeting Spark. Startup has been reduced. Okay.
Again, another one. I'm so sorry, man. A little bit of a sniffles, man.
Startup has been reduced. Parry frames have been reduced. Travel speed and distance prior to the strike have been reduced. 7 Spears of Lightning. This is the install. Now consumes 2 spears whenever Henri takes damage or on throw breaks. Only consumes spears per combo. Amazing. Okay, this is... I think this is overall a slight nerf, even a slap on the wrist or something. While Sioux was designed to excel in close quarter combat, we've made significant adjustments to expand his mid-range offense, compensating for his close reach while preserving his identity. Centered on heavy empty hand, we reviewed his overall neutral and combo structure. For heavy empty hand, we increased the retreat distance and adjusted startup so it scales with movement, slowing down the further he travels. It now forces a crouching hit stun on hit, enabling follow-ups like close standing L. It also can be chained into from a counter hit dash, heavy, and anti-air crouching H, expanding its role as a combo piece. Additionally, light, mid, and heavy empty hand now grant invincibility during the dash. Okay, that makes it a fucking great move. Making them harder to interrupt with normals and more reliable for closing distance through pokes. However, there are no changes to the post-wall cling situation if the follow-up attacks is evaded. Foes can handle the same way as... Oh, okay. Okay. The dash first hit attack can now be cancelled or hit by just blocking. Improving its utility as a mid-range approach. Jumping U has faster startup and now launches on hit. Making follow-up pressure easier. Demon Stab and New Perspective can be cancelled from normal moves, enabling combo routes for crouching H. Controversially, New Perspective is now at disadvantage on block, making turn shifts more likely. This is a compensation buff and a compensation nerf to some degree. 6 Claw Execution, Snakebite, and Gate of Demons have been reworked to serve as mid-range pokes and offensive starters. We have been also split the roles of Light and Mid Gate of Demons, clarifying them as projectiles and in advancing options to strengthen both in his neutral game and combo potential. Okay, this is insane. I mean, he needed buffs for sure, but gosh. He will now be a real pain in the ass, as Vaseraga once said. Second hit now only activates on close counter hit. Damage has been adjusted from 500 to plus 1500 to 1200. It's a slight nerf, at least some compensation here. First hit can be now cancelled on hit or block. Second hit can only be cancelled on hit. Hit stun of the first hit has been reduced by 2 frames, cancelled from 22 to 20 frames. Block stun of the first hit has been reduced by 2 frames, changing frame advantage from -8 to -10. Clash level on the first hit has been reduced. Second hit now causes crumple state. Oh shit. The second hit no longer increases SBA gauge. Okay. Recovery on the second hit has been increased by 15 frames. So if it whiffs, you'll be able to punish him? Does it mean you can punish him? That's great. Startup has been reduced from 24 frames to 18. This is the jumping U. Now launches on hit. Mid-air stun has been reduced by 4 frames from 18 to 14. Pushback on block has been increased. So this is borderline unpunishable now. Fuck that. Demon Stab can now be cancelled from a normal attack. Wait, what? From a normal attack. Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, okay. New Perspective has the same properties. Recovery after teleporting has been increased by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from 2 frames to -2. Mid-air stun has been reduced by 6 frames, from 30 to 24 frames. 6 Claw Execution fixed an issue where the follow-ups could not be performed after connecting late. Anti-air hitbox has been expanded upward when hitting a foe at height. 6 Claw Execution. Startup has been reduced. First hit 13 to 12. Second hit 19 to 18. Is all by 1 frame. Travel speed and distance have been increased for the mid version in order to reduce cases where this change results in whiffing on airborne foes. Seox now decelerates when close to the foe. Decelerates. Archdemon Kick. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Snakebite. Travel speed distance have been increased. Jump height. This is Snakebite. Jump height prior to attack has been increased. Startup has been increased. So this is interesting. I think the Snakebite is also the Archdemon Kick. I think one of the one is the follow-up, right? And if I remember this, the Snakebite should be the one where he jumps, right? Active frames have been increased by 3 frames, or was it the Archdemon Kick? Need to look it up. Frame advantage when have block has been changed from -4 to 1. Frame advantage when blocked crouching is 1. Now causes ground bounce. Combo limit value has been increased from 0 to 2. Okay. This is interesting because now this one absolutely can make or break the combo. Now tracks the foe after jumping. This is a Thunder Flash charged. Jump height and aerial time have been increased. Counteract attacks will come out slower as a result. Counter can no longer mid-air block after jumping. Okay. Gate of Demons. Hitbox for the first 2 active frames have been expanded downward, making it easier to hit crouching foes. Rebound distance when attacking has been reduced, changing frame advantage from -4 to -1. Counter hit advantage frames have been reduced, combined with the rebound distance change above from frame advantage on counter hit has been increased by 1 frame, from 2 frames up to 3. Gate of Demons startup has been reduced from 29 to 20. That's definitely faster. Travel distance also has been slightly reduced as a result of this change. This is a compensation nerf. Landing recovery on hit and whiff has been standardized to 16 frames. Standard landing recovery on whiff has been increased by 2 frames. Landing recovery on hit has been on whiff and a hit has been increased by 5 frames. Has increased launch height. The U Gates of Demons. Travel speed now declares when foe is in hit stun as at close range. So Gate of Demons mid-air now causes ground bounce, making follow-ups easier. Combo limit value has been increased from 1 to 3. Rebound height has been whiffing mid-air, has been decreased when used near the ground. The window where the foe can ground throw Seox has been increased. Seox is unthrowable after the attack due to the rebound. Okay. Heavy Gate of Demons mid-air. Projectile duration has been increased by 32 frames. 73 frames to 41. Oh. Empty hand, all versions. Hitbox has been expanded upward. Universal adjustment. Then, of course, light, mid, and heavy. Empty hand now invincible during the dive motion. Clash level has been increased. Yeah. Empty hand light. Recovery has been increased by 4 frames. Okay, frame advantage when hitting near the foe's feet has been changed from 4 frames to 0. Lateral knockback has been decreased while launch height has been increased. Okay. Mid-air hit stun has been decreased by 8 frames. That is interesting. Empty hand landing recovery has been increased by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from 14 frames to 18. Frame advantage when hitting near the foe's feet has been changed from 4 frames to 0. Lateral knockback has been decreased while launch height has been increased. Mid-air stun has been decreased by 8 frames. That makes it interesting. This is the installment no one ever uses. I'm pretty sure that doesn't make that much difference. Anti-air lateral knockback has been decreased while launch height has been increased. The empty hand heavy version. So, Siegfried. We have reviewed Siegfried's kit to ensure that he retains high damage output from H starters. In particular, we have expanded his options upon landing fast standing H and adjusted its behavior and hit and block. Fast standing H now deals more damage and its proximity block range has been widened to bolster his mid-range presence. To better enable pressure strings from fast standing H, we've also tuned Verdrängen. The L version has increased forward speed and reach, strengthening his utility as a poke. The uncharged mid version's frame advantage has been improved by from -4 to 0, and it travels farther for smoother pressure. The heavy version launches higher on hit, making it easier to chain into additional attacks. Okay. Nailer Nav now launches on hit, helping Siegfried maintain advantageous spacing. We've also increased the number of projectile clashes. It can endure and adjusted its behavior after clashing, improving its value as a mid-range poke and an option for anti-projectile counter. Oh, fuck you. Is this a joke? Blood of the Dragon, which consumes half of the current HP to Gran above, has been strengthened to boost movement speed and attack power, providing a clear advantage in neutral once activated. For his self-buff mannequins, we've removed the hit limit. The effect now persists until the end of the round. Oh shit. Conversely, We've reduced reliability of his SBA and SSBA from long ranges, shifting the focus towards use while in neutral. Fast standing age damage has been increased from 1400 to 1600. That's a stupid thing. Proximity block has been increased. Dash M hurtbox during the recovery has been expanded forward. Oh, that's a good thing. Dash heavy launch height of the first hit has been increased. Anti-air second hit now causes ground bounce. Oh, for thank God, this I don't know, this is a bad thing. Jumping you no longer hits foes behind Siegfried. Oh, that's a nerf. That's a fucking nerf. Manigens. Effect lasts until the end of round. HP sacrifice has been increased from 500 to 1000 to make it a little bit more risky. I get it. This is a good thing. Attack power bonus at level 3 has been reduced from 150% to 130%. The Nela Nav grounded version now launches foes. Mid-air hit stun has been reduced by 7 frames from 25 to 18. Projectile clash level has been increased from 1 to 2. Projectile now decelerates after clashing and disappearance 15 frames later. Okay. Nela Nav pushback has been reduced. Okay. Messenger. Close hit range has been standardized to match other characters. Okay. Verdrängen. Hitbox has been expanded inwards, making it easier to hit foes directly above. Can now be blocked mid-air. Oh, that's a good thing. The light, mid and heavy version. Verdrängen. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Again, also travel speed increased. Recovery has been reduced by 4 frames, changing the frame advantage from -4 to 0 to make it even. Okay. Verdrängen heavy. Startup has been increased from 18 to 19 frames. Startup is unchanged for the charged version. Launch height has been increased. Ground bounce height for the charged version has been increased. Ultimate Verdrängen. Now freezes time when armoring a foe's attack. Clash start begins 5 frames after the freeze. Okay. Orkan. Travel distance has been increased. Mid startup has been reduced. Ultimate. Delay prior to the charge has been reduced and travel distance has been increased. Schwarze Finger. Travel speed and distance have been reduced. Blood of the Dragon. Attack power bonus has been changed to 130%. Now increases dash speed. Jump and high jump height are reduced, while forward jumping and high jump distance are increased. Rasendes Schwarzblut. Startup has been increased from 11 to 14 frames. Great. Lucy. Okay. What do I say? I think this will be somewhat of a buff. Adjustment for Lucilius focus on improving the utility of his kit when blade level is low by refining the performance of his normals and skills. We've made it easier to control in neutral even with limited resources. For Orbital Resonance, blade level now increases incrementally starting 31 more frames after the activation. While active, his skill cooldown time is halved. We've also refined light and heavy versions to have increased reach to be more effective. After from afar, while the mid version's duration in distance has been enhanced. We further distinguished the roles of mid and heavy Iscariot. The mid version now has faster forward speed and longer reach, making it stronger as a mid-range approach or combo tool. The heavy version has slower startup, but grants Lucilius advantage on block in return. With recovery has been increased to punish dodge or crossover responses. For fast standing age, the draw-in effect on counter hit has been strengthened, making close standing age easier to confirm. Additionally, Age Iblis now starts up faster and can be chained from a counter hit close standing Age, making it a reliable punishing after blocking invincible moves. Other adjustments such as reduced recovery for after the warp for El Tessera and the expanded hitbox on U Iblis have been made to broaden his neutral options and encourage more diverse offensive gameplay, because this fucker still is doing nothing but running back and block. Imagine. Fast ending Age, grounded counter hit, draw in distance have been increased. Orbital Resonance guild cooldown now recovers twice as quickly while active. Blade level increase rate has been adjusted. No increase, and then okay. Orbital Resonance active frames have been increased by 5 frames. Orbital Resonance mid draw in distance for the second hit has been increased. Orbital Resonance heavy travel distance has been increased against foes at range. Orbital, this might be even faster to now just very far away. You can basically just spot dodge it. I kind of guess that. Orbital Resonance cancel. For total frames have been reduced by 6 frames from 18 to 12. Iblis. Startup has been reduced from 39 to 34. Travel speed and distance have been increased. The U version hitbox has been on the active frame after the projectile appears has been expanded forward. Iscariot. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Iscariot heavy. Travel speed and distance have been reduced. Startup has been increased from 19 to 29 frames. Block stun has been adjusted, changing the frame advantage from -4 to 6 frames. Screen now shakes on block to distinguish from different versions of Iscariot. Okay, makes sense. I kind of think it makes sense. Recovery on whiff has been increased by 90 frames, changing total frames from 39 to 58. And recovery after warping has been reduced by 3 frames, changing the total frames from 30. Okay, this is kind of a BS change, but okay. Okay, V-color change. This is definitely a buff again, because this character is still shit. V-color was designed to excel in neutral with Dream Come True, so we've reduced her vulnerability when switching. Oh god. Oh god, they can't stop buffing this character. This character is so stupid. After all these buffs, the character is still trashed here. The appearance also for items has been adjusted. Yeah. Let's just get it over with. Close standing age, startup has been decreased, of course. Fast standing age decreased. Recovery -8. Range at the foe's enters blocking motion has been increased. Crouching M, travel speed distance increased. Recovery has been by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from -10 to -6. Crouching age, forward hurtbox during active frames and recovery has been shortened. Jumping M, starting has been again reduced. Startup has been reduced. This character can't just win. Let's keep it real. Total frames have been reduced by 5 frames. For Dream Come True Psych, and Dream Come True Mid-Air now tosses items upwards when input with diagonally U or down. The color begins to fall 18 frames faster after tossing an item. Dream Come True landing recovery has been reduced by 5 frames, changing the frame advantage from -5 to 0. Ball reduced appearance. Bombed increased appearance. Spike increased. Heart and cheese standardized effects to 500 HP, 10% HP. Gorge, of course. Dream Attraction bug fix. Dream Attraction uncharged cannon now appears further away. Startup has been increased. This is so stupid. Oh, fuck me. Now hits 10 times. Of course. Why not? Damage has been changed from 2000 to 200 times 10. Why not? The 10th hit now also causes wall bounce mid-screen. Of course. Vicala rebound distance has been reduced. Ah, fuck you. Road and rhythm. Now it's twice except when clashing. Damage has been changed from 900 to 600 and 300. Startup has been reduced 15 to 14. Now launches on regular hit. Launch height has been increased, of course. Mid air stun on the third hit has been increased by 6 frames. Launch height on the third hit has been reduced. Now counts as a counter hit for all 3 hits if the hit first is so stupid. This character can just win. Ring the Dormouse. Hurtbox from startup frame 4 through active frames has been shortened. Dormouse now starts slower and accelerates during active frames. Dormouse should hit at the same timing, close range, and faster at long range. No longer reaches to the end of the screen. Oh, okay. Active frames has been reduced by 6 frames. Width recovery has been increased by 3 frames, changing the total recovery on width from 50 to 74. Pushback has been reduced. Oh, thank God. Marching teeth. Projectile has been increased. Active frames have been increased by 4 frames. Dormouse no longer disappears if Vicala takes damage from the 23rd frame onwards. Okay. Toward fire and light. No, fire and wind. Oh God. That's wind, not light. I'm pretty sure that is wind. But okay, let's just read it. Dash. Travel speed has been increased, reducing the distance between Thunderphone and the foe. Startup has been increased for 12 frames. Let me just check it again. 12 to 16. Duration and travel distance have been increased, changing the total frames from 18 to 21. Okay. So he is slower in backdash. That's nice. Now has a hitbox on the sword animation prior to the projectile appearing, changing the attack from 2 hit strike and plus projectile. Startup from the strike is 14 frames and the projectile is 17 frames. Damage has been changed from 300 to plus changed to 400 plus 300. Projectile now launches on hit, which is hurt box from strike starts up through recovery has been expanded upwards. Projectile clash hit count has been reduced from 3 to 1. Now has a hitbox on the sword animation prior to the projectile appearing, changing the attack to a 2-hit strike and a projectile attack. Startup for the strike is 14 frames and for the projectile is 17 frames. Damage has been changed to 400 plus 300. Oh God. Hurtbox from strike start has through recovery been expanded forward. Projectile duration has been decreased by 60 frames. Okay, this is faster. Projectile clash hit count has been reduced from 3 to 1. Recovery has been increased by 18. Projectile now gradually accelerates. Projectile no longer disappears when Xylophone takes damage or blocks. And let's talk about the Earth version. Startup has been increased from 14 to 32 frames. Total frames have been increased by 18 frames. Okay, this sounds interesting. Projectile range has been increased. Number of projectiles has been increased from 4 to 5. Damage has been increased from 300 plus 100 right times 3 to 400 plus 100 times 4. Active frames have been increased by 28 frames. 12 frames to 14. Urals Earth mid version. Startup has been increased. I thought they wanted to make it more usable rather than less. I'm confused. Pushback has been increased. Number of projectile hits has been changed from 2 up to 5. Projectile clash hit or its count is on 1. Pushback has been increased. Raphael scale. Number of the projectile has been changed from 3 to 1. From 3 to 5. Projectile clash hit is now on 5. Pushback has been increased First in line. Startup has been reduced. Hitbox has been expanded. Hurtbox from immediately prior to first active frame through recovery has been expanded forward. Lateral knockback has been increased. Hitbox has been expanded forward. Okay. We have also Galleon, and I think we have still one more character, right? I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. Galleon. We've increased Galleon's baseline strength. That is a buff. This is the buff that I thought about, yeah. Meteorite has been revised so that the M version can summon Meteorite, blah, 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 blah. Let's just check it first. So, Crouching H, active upward hurtbox has been shortened. Jumping H, active hitbox has been expanded downward. Jumping U now hits 3 times. Damage has been changed from 900 to 300 times 3. The second hit onward can be blocked crouching. Okay, the second hit can be blocked crouching. That makes sense. That's a jump you nerf, for sure. Absolute fucking nerf. Dash heavy. Hitbox has been expanded upwards. Hitbox has been expanded upwards when hitting for a foe at height. Seism. Lateral hitbox has been expanded. Seism charge now causes crumple state even when hitting at with a meteorite. Will of the Earth. The hitbox has been expanded forward. Travel speed and distance have been increased by the mid version. Draw in distance have been increased. Bedrock Blast. Projectile startup has been reduced from 44 frames to 40. Galleon's fall speed after the projectile has been increased, changing total from 76 to 71. It now hits 3 times. Damage has been changed from 1000 to 400 times 3. Grounded now forces crouching state. Okay. Muddy Embrace. Now tracks the foe when used at close range. Max travel speed is unchanged. Muddy Embrace. Now tracks the foe when used at long range. Max travel speed is unchanged. Meteorite all versions. Activating the meteorite now reduces the summoned meteorite's level by 2. Meteorite light can now be charged. Charged version has 48 frames. Charging for more than 35 frames will increase the meteorite's level by an additional 1. Mid-meteorite. Total frames have been reduced by 21 frames. Meteorite will also have been reduced from 4 to 1. Level from 4 to 1. Now summons the meteorite immediately in front of Galleon. Can now be charged. Charged version has 48 frames total. Charging for more than 35 frames will increase the meteorite's level by 1 additional level. Okay. Heavy meteorite. Meteorite level has been reduced from 3 frames to 2. Can be charged now. Charged version has 48 total frames. Charging for more than 35 frames will increase the meteorite's level by an additional 1. Alt Meteorite no longer rises from meteorite level and reduces the level of any currently summoned meteorite by 2. Projectile clash strengthen. It has been increased. So then we have like bug fixes and that's it. What would I say about these changes? Let me say it like this in the overview. Alright, let me say it like this. Interesting choice for Catalina. I need to say this, that they've changed her specifically in that way. Makes a little bit sense, but also not as much. She is still a very strong character. This character needed the nerfs. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that this character needed nerfs, and he needs them desperately. I'm pretty sure that will showcase in his gameplay and his entire ideology of how he should work. This is like the Siegfried version where he's easy to pick up and way easier to, understand. I think Zeta is, in my own opinion, a popular character, but she was hard to use in general. So the new changes hopefully make it easier for her to be picked up. She needs them desperately, and she does struggle in some ways, especially. This character definitely needed, again, Cagliostro needed these nerfs for absolute sure. No shit. This character was way too powerful. And I'm happy that they said, okay, we need to nerf some things, but we'll give her some compensations. Arvid took me a little bit by surprise because I felt like this character did need some changes, but not in the way that I expected, because again, this character is as rare as a fucking Lugia, Pokemon card. Find it on the street, which happened to me, but it is a thing that happened. So, yeah. I'm happy that he got these changes, and I'm happy that they make some of his movements more, punishable, because this motherfucker wasn't punishable by anything. Not even a grab, nothing. Interesting changes for Seox. Definitely something that he needed. He struggled, of all the fast-paced character, he struggled the most as a rushdown character. I'm quite happy for the change. I dislike the changes on Siegfried many times, and I would need to say it multiple times. Every time when I see a Siegfried, I curse myself playing this game. This character was stupid a few seasons before, and now becomes again most likely stupid for other reasons. Lucilius, I couldn't care less about Lucilius's changes, like everything that they wanted to change. I only hope that they wouldn't increase his blade level, but his defensive gameplay is still the same as it was in the Vesusia patch, so yeah, fuck you. I hate reds. And my disdain for red characters specifically becomes even more clear why I hate this character. She's annoying to deal with as Vaseraga, and she's annoying to deal with as any big body character. I fucking hate it. She could be deleted from the game and I wouldn't care less. Interesting changes of definitely for Xenophon. While they said they wanted to make his moveset more approachable and more diverse, I feel like they've had some really strange ideas on this character. Definitely something that I didn't see coming, and let's see. This one was not a complete nerf. This one was the nerf. I was right on the Zeta buffs. Definitely something I would say I was right. Definitely something I said I was a little bit surprised, but so we have on the bingo card we have like not really. This is a circle. This is a hook. This is a hook. This is a hook. This is a circle. This is a hook. This is a cross for me. This was kind of a hook. Yeah, I thought this will be buffs. On this character, most likely also some buff, but this was most likely a circle. And then we have Galleon with absolute fucking buffs. I was completely right to that. She struggles a lot in the current metagame, so it also is only picked up for other reasons rather than her being a good character, right? There's a lot of players who love this character, and I see the love coming out, right? I love this character myself, but I can't play grappling characters, but I kind of want to pick her up now in the near future. Make my next road to master bullshit, and yeah. The changes will be applied in the next few hours. I'm looking forward to that. Oh wait, there's also another. Yeah, this is more like some bug fixes, okay. The changes will be come out in a few hours, basically. I'm looking forward to that. I will stream during that time, so I will be very available during that timeline. And I want to try, of course, Ilsa, because she looks great, she looks fun, she looks something that I hate on the greater scale of things, because Vaseraga hates ranged characters, and she will have a kind of a rushdown playstyle, which is quite interesting. And I want to see the changes. I want to see the changes in particular. I want to see what the characters now bring to the table and what the changes absolutely mean. All right, guys, with that in mind, I wish you a good day, good night, good evening, and we'll see us later when Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising gets the update. And with that, Heavy Elite, over and out. Bye.